Check us out on Patreon, guys, where we're giving you the entire year now for $10.08. Over 100 videos worth of content for $10.08.
8 cents is just such a slap in the face.
Like 84 cents a month, I think is what it comes out to.
I haven't seen 84 cents in 15 years.
I'm telling you.
Ever since penny candy.
So check us out on Patreon, guys. Hope to see you there.
The entire year.
What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man George.
What's up, guys? How you living out there, man? Shout out to the free thinkers, of course.
Yeah, man. So we got Velvet Revolver
treat
today,
here.
right? And Slither is the name of the song. Slitherin'. Remember that movie that came out that was called Slither back in the day?
I think so.
That low budget ass fucking scary
Wasn't it
movie.
with Alec Baldwin, one of the Baldwin brothers, or was that Silver?
I don't know. I know it was a low budget ass
With Sharon Stone?
scary movie. No, it was like it was supposed to be like a low budget.
Okay, we're not on the same page. We're not on the same page.
Well,
Oh no, Sliver.
Sliver. Oh, okay.
So that's why I thought it was Slither, but it's Sliver with Sharon Stone.
Type in Slither. For me.
Slither was that shit with the alien.
The fucking little.
Yeah.
That was some bullshit.
Yeah. That was an 06. Never mind. I got a cartoon popping up when we Googling it. Forget it. All right, but anyways, Velvet Revolver has been a pretty decent sized request. I've seen this request floating around. It's got my man, Scott Whalen in the band.
Like a super group, right?
It's a super group.
Guns N' Roses.
Slash
Yeah.
from Guns N' Roses.
Then, Waylon Duff McKagan. I'm sorry. He's the bassist and background vocals.
Matt Sorum drums, backup
Yep.
vocals alongside Dave Kushner rhythm guitar, formerly of punk band Wasted Youth. And we know, as we mentioned, Scott is in this as well. Yeah, the only two dudes that I know are Slash from Guns N' Roses and Scott Whalen. Yeah, so I'm sure you guys can give us some insight on why the other members make this a super group. You know, give us some feedback on that. Maybe we'll do some reactions to them as well to kind of get a little bit more familiar. This came out in 04. The album is called Contraband, and it looks like this won a Grammy Award, right? It won the 2005 Grammy Award for Best Hard Rock Performance. So they got a Grammy for this specific song on that album. And I'm pretty sure the album did well. It doesn't look like it's really giving us like how many it sold, but I'm pretty sure it seemed like it was a pretty decent size or a decent commercial success. So I'm excited about this, man. You know, we rock with, I really like Stone Temple Pilots, man. I think from what I've heard from them, I've pretty much liked almost everything I've heard from Stone Temple Pilots. You know, we've done Plush. Check that video out, Plush. And also check out, I Said Baby, what song was that? On a Sunday afternoon.
I've been looking up. I can't remember.
Funny thing is that's on the playlist. I don't know why.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Interstate Love Song. Yeah. Interstate Love Song. Go check that video out. We made a video of that one on YouTube. We did a reaction to that, and I love that song. I can play that song.
It's a good song,
all
dude.
the time.
That is a good song.
Plush is fire as well, and I think I heard maybe one other song from them. That I really like. So, you know, and I'm sure that Guns N' Roses has a song, Welcome to the Jungle. I think I enjoyed Welcome to the Jungle.
That's it?
That might be it.
What about Sweet Child of Mine?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good song, man.
The Irish bar, like, you know.
That was a good song.
You know what it is?
Whoa, sweet child of mine.
Shout out to all the Irish bars, man. That play that shit. Them and Bon Jovi, bro. It's crazy. All right, man. Let's get into it, though. Velvet? What is this, Velvet? Velvet Revolver. Slither. So far, yes. So far with that bass,
Oh my goodness.
that's a yes so far.
Matrix.
That bass is gargling.
Zion and shit. Oh, never mind.
We're going to see how this plays out, and this is early. This is very early. And, you know, sometimes it's important, I think, sometimes for you guys to get our views. Sometimes I think you guys think we jump out the window too quick, and we have jumped out the window too quick and given our opinions, and then the song has evolved, and we've enjoyed it. But right now, I have to express this. I really love the way that started. With the bass coming in, a slow, you know, bass-filled...
the Zion beat.
The Zion, the Matrix, whatever.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like, right? Like you had. Remember that scene from Matrix, guys, and Zion? If you haven't seen that, go watch that movie. You know what we're talking about when they were in the underground.
Matrix, But love the way that shit started.
Yeah.
But then it got into this
sped up
standard kind of rock. I don't know, maybe early 2000s rock, which isn't bad. It's just I thought the song was gonna take us somewhere differently. So let's start that back up. But that's where I'm at right this second. I don't know what you think, Ryan.
Yeah, I concur, sir.
Yeah, but it may be too soon. So
I concur so far.
hopefully it can it doesn't go the way I think it's gonna go. Yeah, this right here.
In the bowels of the belly of the beast.
And then you see him in the club and shit. Oh, wait.
You're not watching the video yet.
It's not bad.
It isn't.
It's not bad.
It's just
It's different from what I thought it was.
you like the original group better.
Yeah.
I do too. It took me out too quick. That's too fast.
You see what I'm saying, though? It kind of like, go ahead, Ryan, man. I don't want to talk. I'm talking.
No, I get it. I think what you're gonna say is when it got into that slowed down groove in the chorus, we were like rocking out. I was like, okay, yeah, that's all right. And right when I started to get like into the groove, they took us right back to that sped up tempo groove.
That chorus is amazing.
Yeah,
bro. I love the way.
But I love the way that sounds. Yeah. I really wish they let that rock out at least for another. I forget what they call that in music when you do do another round of.
It's probably a technical term, but bring that thing back. You know.
Yeah, but I really wish they would have kept that going at least for one more segment of chords or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Because that just sounded really, really good. And we were in like a nice little groove, and then they kind of went back to that sped up groove. And the sped up groove, it doesn't sound bad, but it's just not my favorite. It just really isn't. You know?
Yeah.
When you couple it with that slow down, the way it started, and then that chorus.
That's the thing about for me. For me, it's not that this groove, the sped up groove, is bad. I just think that when I was really attached to the way they started it, and it took me away from something that I thought was like just more something that was just a little bit more appealing to me.
Yeah.
Had it started like this, I wouldn't have the type of sort of I wouldn't be as put off by it.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like Ryan just said, they slowed it back down, and then they got into this sort of soaring. That felt like early '90s grunge-ish to me. The way that chorus was soaring there.
Yeah, it was good.
And then they took us out of that and got back to the sped up groove again. So it's, not that it's bad. But that chorus though, is hot in the way it started. So this is gonna be interesting to see kind of how I feel with the song by the end of it. All right, let's get back to it. One more time. Let's keep one more time. I get why this is a hit though.
Bring it back. There we go. Yeah. Okay, they kept it going a second time. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Keep that going right there. You know, they brought it back again. You know, well they continued it, not brought
They
it back.
continued
Because it's saying something else.
the chorus.
Here.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know, he says, "Yeah, here comes the water." Then it says, let me see something the second time, right? Like the holy water, not like the time, whatever the fuck I just said is wrong. But like holy water, it only burns you faster than you'll ever dry, which we have to pay attention to the lyrics there and see kind of where we're going. Because it sounds like someone just has them under they're just controlling them, you know? And they're sort of, because even he said, when you look, you see right through me, cut the rope, fell to my knees, born and broken every single time. So it just sounds like someone's getting off on having them under their control. Because it says, always keep me under finger. That's a spot where you run to me, might see some type of pleasure in mind. You get pleasure out of, controlling me. You know what I mean? And, we'll get into the lyrics a little bit more, but interesting. Yeah, but I'm glad we stopped it because we were very happy that they let that chorus, that same melody in the chorus,
continue.
Run
it was
longer.
a little longer. It was a little longer, you know. So we'll see if they kind of continue that trend, or if it's just like giving you those the chorus and that slowed down, nasty type of grooves and riffs in small doses. It's like let's just give them a little bit. Let's just tease them a little bit. Okay, let's get it back to the fast sped up melody there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm kind of mixed emotions on this song.
It's a weird one.
It's more so leaning towards the not playlist though. if I'm being honest, in the playlist side. But let's just see what they do. Let's see what they do, man. I'm gonna try to reserve judgment.
We'll see, man. Yeah. All right, let's get back to it. This feels like it's all Scott Wayland.
Yeah.
Like he was like, right here, I'm gonna write this down.
There we go. Yeah.
And it comes back to the nasty bass that I like.
Yeah. That kind of made sense there. Cool. That made sense, right? Just let it rock out for a little bit and then turn it up.
Is this Slash getting off?
That's probably the perfect balance right here. Yeah, right there, that's probably the perfect balance.
Yeah, that did rock though.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, we'll stop. Is it done? Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm talking, it's not over. I think that rock, man, that's a tricky one. There's some elements in that song that I really, really like. I actually really enjoyed Slash's solo at the end, and then how it came back into a groove, the groove that I don't really, it's not that I don't like it, that just kind of took me out of the first groove that I loved, if that makes sense. But the faster paced groove, actually the way they ended that sounded pretty good, man. The chorus in this song though I love the way it reminds me of early 90s grunge, like the something Pearl Jam would do. It just, and to me, I said this to Ryan, I was like, that felt like, and I know that they all contributed, it looks like, to the writing of this song, and they, to the melody and the mechanics of the song. Right. But I felt like that specific part felt like Scott Wayland. Like it felt like it had him all over it.
His DNA all over it.
His contributions to that song, it felt like that, because Stone Temple Pilot, man, they just, I don't know, man, they write, and I feel it. Like, it feels like something that he would, based off of what we've heard from Stone Temple Pilots, they have a way with writing melodies and choruses that feels dirty, but still somehow, beautiful at the same time and soaring at the same time. So, I I don't know. You know, I don't know. Am I definitely gonna revisit that? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even if this doesn't make my playlist after I revisit it, it has me intrigued to hear more from the band. It's just because I can hear elements in there that gives me the impression that they'll probably have something that I like. But I'm gonna revisit that one. That's I'm gonna put that in the maybe category.
You know, George, man, that's fair, man, because this is tricky. This is a tricky one. One thing you said that you're gonna revisit, I'm definitely gonna revisit this song because I think it warrants that, because I think psychologically I wrote the shit off early. You know what I'm saying? I think I wrote this song off really early, and I'm being objective, and I realize that I'm not lying to myself. You know, I'm seeing things for the way they are. You know, so I want to revisit the song. Now, with that being said, when they got into the second chorus here, and they let the chorus kind of play out a little longer. That was the pause that we talked about. They extended that chorus a little bit. It had a little bit more verbiage to it, which allowed that nasty, long, hard guitar riffs while Scott was singing over it, and that we really liked. From that point in the song, which I think was like 2 minutes and something seconds, from that point on, and it went right into the groove that we liked at the beginning of the song, I thought that was done beautifully. And then it went back into this sped up groove that we really weren't fond of. I think that was a good balance, though. If the whole song was like that, this would be fire to me.
Yeah.
This would be fire, because then I would be like, okay, cool. Because if they would have came at the beginning of the song, they had that, I'm gonna call it the Zion groove, you know, the Matrix Zion groove. They had the drums and the doom 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 doom. The way that started, and if they went right into the chorus right after that, like they did at the 2-minute mark, I would have been like, oh yeah, this is fire right here. And then went into that sped up groove again that we're not fond of. To me, that's the perfect balance right there.
If you have to use that groove.
From the 2-minute and whatever seconds mark of the song on, I thought that was a perfect balance of slow down tempo that we personally like, and that fast tempo that wasn't bad, but we just like the I'm speaking for me. I just like that slow tempo a little bit better. I just thought that was the perfect balance. So if the whole song was like that, it would be no question it's the playlist for me. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to listen to it again, because maybe it's just it caught me off guard, and I just had my own bias was in the way.
It requires another listen.
Yeah. So, but dude, overall, I enjoyed it.
And also, and I think it's good. I think they did a good job on this song. I want to make it clear. And I know that this bangs. Like, I can hear that it rocks out. I can hear that it rocks out. But what I want someone to, does anyone like just do, like, because they do the mixes and masters. I want to see if someone can somehow just keep that original groove and keep the chorus, keep that original, like, dirty, like, with the bass heavy groove.
They did the mashup.
I forgot.
Clint something.
I don't know if it's Clint.
McClintock or?
Yeah, McClintock. Yeah.
McClintock, right?
Whatever, that guy. Keep that, somehow figure out how to keep that original groove throughout the entire song with the bass heavy slowed down groove, and keep that chorus in there, man. I want to see how that sounds, if it's possible. I don't know. See if somebody put some shit together, man. You know what I mean? I might pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but good request though, man. Good request from you guys on that one. And I know that's been in the comments for a while, man.
That was enjoyable. It was enjoyable.
And I see why this was a big hit. I can see why this won them a Grammy, because there were definitely some dynamic changes in there in Scott's voice, and the solo by Slash. So Slash got off on that solo. All right, so that's the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you have subscribed, please subscribe. And also, guys, check out our Patreon channel if you're interested. The link for that will be in the description. I'm George. That's Ryan, Las Vegas.
We out.